It is Tuesday, the 10th day of January 2023. Hello there and welcome to the first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. First though, let's have a look at our top stories. In our top stories tonight, Prime Minister Robin Nabanja launches the Presidential Advisory Budget Committee 2023-2024. Events promoter Abitex and Freedom City MC granted bail. Constitutional Court declares Section 25 of Computer Misuse Act null and void. And in sports, Vipers SC new coach tasked to achieve success. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. On sign language, it is Yusuf Senyomo who is our sinologist, and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. And later on in this program, we expect to be joined by the Executive Director of Kampala Capital City Authority, Madam Kisaka Dorothy, who will be talking about infrastructural development in Kampala and other issues. Now, the Prime Minister, Robin Nabanja, today launched the 2023-2024 Presidential Advisory Committee on Budget. The function took place at the office of the President Conference Hall here in Kampala. We have more in this story.
The Presidential Advisory Committee on Budget is comprised of 25 members of Parliament from the NRM party. These are in clusters of 5 members, making various subcommittees tagged to the priorities.
The budget strategy for the financial year 2023-2024 under the theme to restore the economy back to the medium-term growth path of 6 to 7 and to sustain Uganda's socio-economic transformation agenda, which aims at achieving the following 3 broad strategic interventions. 1. To mitigate the COVID-19 impact on business and livelihoods, to support the recovery of the economy by increasing access to capital, revamping health infrastructure and health systems, reducing vulnerabilities and ensuring access to education.
PACOB is charged with the responsibility of advising the President on how to effectively implement the NRM manifesto. Nabanja encouraged the committee to get back on priority areas and fast-track activities.
The budget we are looking at must focus on the following priority areas. 1. The construction of the standard gauge rail. We must start the construction and finalize the rehabilitation of the meter gauge rail. This will help this country to reduce on the losses we make, especially when it comes to the deterioration of our roads because of heavy trucks. We are going to invest in small scale solar powered irrigation schemes. We shall continue to construct power service stations and transmission lines. That's why my sister is here. The President has been very categorical when it comes to PDA. The Paris Development Model is our flagship program.
The government chief whip, Dennis Hampson Obua, who is the coordinator of the PACOB process, said the resolution to establish the committee was reached upon during the NRM retreat in Chankwanzi. Technical officers are also on board to offer guidance to this committee.
The Presidential Advisory Committee on Budget is supposed to ensure coordinated movement of troops while advising government, while advising MDAs on priorities that are anchored on the social contract that the National Resistance Movement government has with the people of Uganda.
The Finance Minister, Matia Kasaija, presented the National Budget Framework Paper for 2023-2024. He stressed the urgent need for the economy to create jobs.
Therefore, government expenditures will have to be constrained to fit within the expected resources for the next financial year, including certain obligations as they were detailed in the National Budget Framework Paper.
On his part, the Secretary to the Treasury, Ramadhan Gobi, cautioned the committee to drop the culture of having unfunded priorities.
I hate that terminology. If something is a priority, why is it unfunded? So we intended to drop that culture of unfunded priorities because it distorts the budget.
PACOB subcommittees include value addition, infrastructure, public sector productivity, among others.
Our reporter Henry Okrut ending that story there. Now, graduates from Mubuko Industrial Hub in Kasese district have been advised to make wealth from commercial agriculture, industries, tourism and ICT because the government has constructed roads, schools, hospitals and connected electricity to steer development. This was President Yoweri Museveni's message delivered to 198 graduates in hands-on skills by Jane Barechi, the State House Comptroller in Kasese district.
They have empowered you to make money. For the carpenters, you will no longer look at trees as trees. You look at trees as furniture.
And we have got what to do. I can go from now and I make my money.
Now, the Governing Council of the National Organization of Trade Unions has suspended Asha Wilson Owere to give way for disciplinary procedure regarding his conduct towards the union. Wilson Owere is accused of mismanagement, misrepresentation of the union and failure to adhere to the rules of the Governing Council. Owere has now been replaced by Musa Okello as the acting Chairman General NOTU until Owere is cleared by the Council.
National Organization of Trade Unions offices have been closed for over 3 months due to failure by members to agree on the leadership of the union after the ouster of the Chairman General NOTU, Asha Wilson Owere. Moses Okello has now been chosen as the acting Chairman General NOTU as Asha Wilson Owere is investigated.
He was found to be incompetent and he has mismanaged their organizational affairs and misrepresented. If you look at the recent press releases, those are releases which were not authorized by any NOTU organ. And we feel it is an embarrassment to this organization.
This follows failure by Asha Owere to appear before the Governing Council to explain himself on what he is being accused of.
So the committee is going to look into these issues. If he's found innocent, well and good, he will be called back. But for now, we are saying, Brother Musa Okello, who has been the first vice chairman, is going to take the lead as the Chairman General of National Organization of Trade Unions. And I would like to tell public that anything, any issue, statement issued by Brother Owere for now does not concern us as not.
Workers' Member of Parliament Alnaitwe Rakajara says they have made consultations and agreed on the terms and rules of engagement.
And the new leadership is in place. Therefore, the ministry is aware of the discussion and the whole results. So I don't think what had stopped is because we had disagreed. Why we have opened is that we have all agreed, as simple as that.
It is alleged that Asha Wilson Owere froze the accounts of the union, making it hard to operate.
About the accounts, the procedure is that when you finish an election or any decision, it has to be registered with the Ministry of Labour. But the most important thing is that whatever we have done, we have been in consultation with the Ministry of Labour. And we feel there's nothing which is going to stop the registration of new leadership.
Former Sports Minister, also a Workers' Member of Parliament, Charles Bakabulindi assured the public that they have fulfilled all the procedures of representing the people they serve.
Even though somebody has missed, we have got different measures we take rather than imprisoning somebody. And it has taken some time with this wrangles going on, but we have been having series of meetings of saying we call ourselves sisters and brothers, and tomorrow we are going to work together. So why don't we use the gentleman's approach?
The new NOTU leadership includes Musa Okero, Chairman General, Richard Bijirwa, Acting Secretary General, Moses Mawuk, Treasurer, and Barbara Badaru, Deputy Treasurer. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The Minister for Security, Major General retired Jim Muhwezi, has revealed that government is in advanced stages and support of bringing on board regulations towards the alcohol and beverage sectors with an aim of saving the next generation. Jim Muhwezi was addressing hundreds of youths who were completing a 4-day retreat in Nyakibale Parish, Rukunjiri District.
These are some of the youth who have been attending a 4-day youth retreat organized by Nyakibale Catholic Parish in Rukungiri District.
Lockdown, ekaba lockdown, aza ekahitinga munonga eminyeto. The youth were adversely affected. Such recollections now are meant to put them on online.
The closing session attracted dignitaries including the Security Minister and also Jumbura County Member of Parliament, retired Major General Jim Muhwezi.
The generation of President Museveni discovered that their mission was to put right the politics of Uganda as early as 1965 when they were youth, and they went about it. They decided to fulfill it. So the current generation should also discover their mission and fulfill it.
Besides successfully organizing the youth retreats, the parish has pending events that require government's intervention.
In order to have ordinations successfully, we need to complete this venue where the ordinations will take place, and there are rooms there for the bishop and other guests upstairs, and they are not yet completed. It is an urgent thing. We feel it. We are trying.
The ceremony was dominated by calls to parents and government to safeguard the boy child who seems now to be neglected.
Boys, please, let's be on track. As we
talk, hatuwanuraba umugwa trading center bwito abariyo batera zara abariyo batera chanisi abariyo bose mpunu abariyo bariyo muzapuru abariyo bashisho bwire abatine kibara gukora.
In attendance was a section of district leadership.
Sirimo menyeto na munonga ukutandikana n'imyaka 10 kugenda kusiya rya 25 sirimo yongire.
We want to thank once again our government for having the capability of guiding its people through pandemics like COVID-19 and most recently Ebola.
Retired Major General Jim Muhwezi says the dismal attention to the boy child has left many fall prey to the challenging world.
While we mobilized the girl child and women generally, It seems now we have a duty now to go back and address the problems of the boy child.
Muhwezi said that the government is in advanced stages of regulating the alcohol and beverage times.
Even the government and the parliament are planning to take measures to stop some of these problems, like drinking. We want to address the time for drinking. You shouldn't drink all the time, 24/7. No, there must be a time when bars are open, when people can drink. Even some of the drinks, these ones which they are selling for a few shillings in small sachets, should be banned.
Roberto Nyango, UBC News.
17 minutes after 8 in the studios of UBC TV. We'll now take a short break and return with much more. Do stay with us.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Fun battery phone.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Kabode Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Kabode deal this Christmas and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Kabode Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN. Regulated by UCC.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mold Technologies, your professional research firm.
Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
The Uganda Small Scale Industries Association USSIA is a business member organization for micro, small and medium industrialists that has been in existence since 1979 with over 10,000 members and 16 regional offices countrywide. USSIA's core purpose is to enhance competitiveness through development, promotion, policy and advocacy for micro, small and medium enterprises. Find us at USSIA Building, Umasho Grounds, Lugogo, or call us on 0414 574 527, 0774 130 454, or 0782 173 086.
I
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijananguma, and earlier on I told you that we would be joined by the Executive Director of Kampala Capital City Authority, and that is Madam Dorothy Kisaka, and she is here with us tonight, and we're going to be looking at infrastructure improvement in Kampala Capital City. Of course, there is a lot that they are doing, a lot that she has achieved ever since she took over the office, and tonight we'll like to delve into some of these things, and of course most of you you've got a lot on your minds, some complaints here and there, but also some commendations in as far as what has happened in the city. And without much ado, I'd like to welcome you, Madam Dorothy Kisaka, to News Tonight here on UBC TV.
Thank you very much indeed.
And I understand it's even your first time. I'm privileged to be the person to host you for the first time.
It's been a long time coming. I should have been here much earlier.
Exactly,
yes.
Exactly. Madam Kisaka, there is a lot that actually has been going on. You've achieved a lot, but still there's so much more that you can do, and we know that there's a lot that you plan to do. One of the things that most people have been talking about is the roads, the state of roads in Kampala, and believe you me, it's not been good stories. But of course, as cases here, you're preparing to reconstruct some of these roads, renovate some of them, and so when are you starting this to renovate these roads?
Okay, again, thank you very much, and good evening, Kampala. Yes, government has achieved a lot through KCCA. Every budget that we are given, every single financial year, we set out to achieve the goals that government would like to achieve and to meet the manifesto declarations that have been made. And actually the roads that we are setting out to do right now are in the manifesto, NRM manifesto, which is running till 2026, and the promise is that NRM will deliver 100 kilometers of road. So we are very excited. We are in the final stages of signing off different sign-off from different government agencies, so that in February we can launch. These roads are going to be all over the city. All 5 divisions are covered. So we are very excited that Kampala is going to get an overhaul of the old roads. There are some roads which are as old as 35 years.
Oh, yes.
And so it is you called it renovation, it's an overhaul. It is a refreshing. It is going to be a very exciting season for Kampala.
And definitely most people, especially motorists, will be happy, and those watching us, definitely, they must be saying, wow, we can't wait for February to come so that
yes, of course there'll be dust, of course there'll be some inconveniences, but the end result is going to be great.
Okay, what are some of these roads that you're going to be working on?
We are working all over the city. We are working in all 5 divisions. In Central Division, we are working in the industrial area, the 5th Street, 6th Street, 7th Street, 8th Street.
Wow.
We are working on Port Bell Road. We are working on Salama Road. We're working on Suna 1, Suna 2. We're working on Chitezu Road, Kisasi Junctions. So it is a whole big stock of roads all over the city, covering Kawempe, Kanakawa, Central Division, Machinde, and Rubaga. All divisions are covered.
Well, it sounds like it's a lot of work, and definitely it will require some, substantial amount of money. And maybe if you can reveal it to us, how much are we looking at here?
Well, government has come up with a large amount of money, I must say, $288 million to cover a period of 36 months and covering a big scope of work. We have the kilometers of road, which is quite big, but it is not just the middle portion of the road that we are used to. We have a policy now called fence to fence, where you do everything from one end of the fence to the other. So we do the drainages on both sides, covered drainages. We used to do drainages which were not covered, but these are going to be covered.
Which is also a security threat, that one.
Absolutely, so that people can walk safely. Then we will have walkways, paved walkways. Then the roads themselves are wider, but we have also portions of the road which are dual. So they are double lanes. And on top of that, we have the infrastructure like toilets, public toilets. We have markets, we have trees, we have parking spaces for the large motor vehicles, we have street lighting. We want to create a road that suits a modern city. We are now championing what we are calling a smart city. And we are very, very delighted that government has come up with this stock of funds that are going to help us achieve a degree of renovation of our roads in Kampala.
Yeah, actually, when you say that, a person paints a picture, and we're looking at a very, very nice city that everybody will be happy to live in. But also, of course, when you have a good city, a nice city, even tourists can come. It can be a source of
absolutely. Kampala is a great tourist destination. Recently, we opened the Kampala Information Center at the Sheraton Hotel, where you can get all your tourism information at one place. You remember the place that used to be called the Lions Bar? Now KCCA is together with Uganda Wildlife Authority, Uganda Wildlife Authority, hosting that premise where people can walk in and get information about tourism. And there's so much beauty, there's so much historical sites in the city. So I'd like to add on the beauty of the infrastructure so that both Ugandans and foreigners can enjoy our city.
Yes. Now let's look at the money. Well, are we getting the money for working on the roads and all that? Is it fully government funded, or we are looking at donors chipping in?
It's fully government funded. This is money that the government has obtained on loan from African Development Bank. So yes, it is backed by government, completely signed off by the Ministry of Finance, consented to or appropriated by Parliament of Uganda, what's the word? The Solicitor General, the whole government circle, all the system that consents to the spending of money for government is fully involved.
They gave you a green light.
They've given us a green light, and the list of the roads is about 31, and we are set to go.
Thank you so much, Madam Dorothy Chisaka. And those of you just joining us, this is UBC TV, and I'm hosting Madam Dorothy Chisaka, who is the Executive Director of Kampala Capital City Authority, and we're looking at infrastructure improvement in the city. And let's talk about markets. Of course, there was a presidential directive on markets. We saw KCCA, taking over the management of these markets. How are you going to manage, or how are you already managing these markets?
Yes, we had a presidential directive in November last year, and we are very excited. Of course, it's a challenge whenever you get some new work, but we are very, very excited and enthused. KCCA has never fully managed the markets. There are 16 public markets. But now we are moving in, we've created a structure for staff human resource to ensure that we have market masters, market administrators, revenue collectors, people who clean, so that all the different aspects of the market are taken over by KCCA. We used not to get any revenue from the markets, but as I speak now, we've begun to get some revenue, and we are thinking that more revenue is coming. The President also has guided us on ensuring that the markets remain for people who are not landlords, who are not the rich. It's like a nursery school, that's the term he uses, where people can use it for trading in the initial stages of their growth, and then they can move out. So the rentals are going to be very low. We haven't started collecting the rentals yet, but we are getting ready. So the scope, the scope of works that we are really focusing on is revenue collection, the cleaning, the security, and the administration. And our HR team is working to ensure that we have enough people in all the markets.
Thank you so much. This one also is sort of related to that. You managed to get, street vendors, hawkers off the streets, of Kampala, and you did not have any big problems, running battles. Of course, there were some, a few disagreements here and there, but at least overall you managed to do that. Now the question is, what plans do you have for these people? Are they off the streets completely, or you have plans for them?
Yeah, I want to underline what you said, that we managed to get people off the street without too many running battles. Do you know that in the last 2 years we've not had what they call them, these things that you shoot in the air?
Fire tear gas.
Tear gas in the city. Can you imagine? I'd even forgotten what it's called.
You're forgetting it now because it's not happening.
Yeah. We have, as a team, through our Directorate of Legal, in support with the security, we were able to remove hawkers and illegal vendors on the streets. That is very, very important. We're not removing all vendors, but these people who come to the veranda and they throw their tomatoes and eggs and roasted chicken in front of your shop. So we are saying, let's get them off the street. Now, in 2021, we did that, but unfortunately, we didn't have trading spaces to take them to. That was a big hindrance. But in conversations with the hawkers and illegal vendors themselves, they have a leadership. We were able to have to organize them. And initially, they identified a piece of land at Kalere, which they purchased with the support, of course, of financing from government once again, and it is being set up to accommodate a whole lot of people, even as we speak now. But more recently, the President guided us, and we are to acquire a bibangirizi. I don't know what you call bibangirizi in English.
Is very bad.
Yeah, around the whole city, we need to acquire pieces of land, at least 2 markets to be identified in every division. Right now, in the center, we have identified a piece of land that can accommodate up to 10,000 people. As we speak now, we have 5,000 people registered on that piece of land at Chisenyi. So the point I'm making, that chasing people off the streets is not the goal in and of itself. We are not trying to create a smart city in and of itself, but trying to reorganize the city so that we can get trading spaces for different people. The markets are organized. Those who have not had trading spaces get trading spaces. That is the goal of government, to create a business environment that's conducive for everyone, but also a healthy and secure environment in the city. So it is exciting to know that now we can meet from time to time with the leaders of the hawkers and talk about the future, and government is going to give us money to purchase more trading spaces around the city.
And we sincerely hope that it will not turn out to be like the Usafi market saga, because these people are given space where they can work from, but at the end of the day they don't want to go there, they reject it. And
it is the organization. I've talked to several vendors and traders in Usafi, and their complaint is that you can't see their wares, you can't see their goods properly. People don't find it easy to go and trade from and buy things from Usafi. So we have a plan around that also to make it more accessible. I think once places are accessible, people have where to park, people can enter the markets freely. I mean, you see Nakasero, people can enter the markets freely, and Nakasero, Owino, Nakawa, they can be better, but they are accessible, and we want, right now, by the way, in Owino, we are planting, is it called planting? We are installing solar lighting all over the market. We've received one of our development partners, UNDP, have come in and supported us. So we are installing these solar lights. We are paving the floor. And the vendors are working with us. They're very excited about these new developments. And we want to do that all over the city, both with government money, but with other development partners as they support us.
Thank you so much. And probably one of the things that have actually tried to fail some of these things, that you plan for something but it does not work. Probably so it's about implementation. The laws are there. People are told this is what we need to do, but implementing and enforcing the law has also been a problem. How are you going to go about this?
Well, we as an administration, KCCA, we have a governance structure that gives us a council. We have council at all the 5 divisions, and we have a council at City Hall. As you know, we have a Lord Mayor and his team, his cabinet, the City Executive Committee, and wherever there are gaps in the law, in the laws that Parliament passes, then the council will come up with an ordinance to guide us in those particular things. For instance, right now we are considering the ordinance to govern outdoor advertising. You see all these tools around the city, advertising, signposts and everything.
Yes.
People just wake up and put up a signpost, but that is wrong. So our council is coming up with a law to govern that, and so where there are gaps, there are mechanisms for covering those gaps. And this year we are really saying our legislative agenda at the council should deliver A, B, C, D, so that we are well structured as a city. One of the other things that people complain about in the city is noise pollution. There are laws around that, but that's where council, wherever they see gaps, can come and strengthen those laws so that the city is indeed smart.
Thank you. And as we come towards the end of this interview, now Kampala, most of the people who live in Kampala, these are lifeists, they are socialites, and they like living their life. Exactly. And of course the COVID-19 is a little bit out of the way, and people now want to go back outside there and enjoy themselves. There was the city carnival. Do we expect it this time around?
For the last 2 years, we've not had any big thing in the city. But now that we've come to the end of COVID, we've come to the end of Ebola, we've started a new brand new year, we are getting set, and we want to do many things. We have some street festivals that we are planning, but we must stay safe. You know what happened at Freedom City?
Oh, yes.
We know that some areas in the name of celebrating, there is too much noise that disturbs the environment. So we want people to celebrate and be happy and enjoy their life, but also we want them to keep the law. But yes, as KCCA, we are planning some great things in partnership with the fraternity of theatre, so that we enjoy the city.
Thank you so much. And this this is a lot of information that we have got from the Executive Director of Kampala Capital City Authority, and of course emphasizing on a smart city, a city that you and I will enjoy, but also looking at other people coming into our beautiful city Kampala from outside countries, and that's of course infrastructure improvement in the city. But on a lighter note,
yes.
in a very few words, I support Manchester United. Okay. But of course, the first one is Uganda Cranes, definitely.
Okay.
And the Sports Club Villa. Then Manchester United. What do you like? Sports? Do you like football? Which is your team?
I do love sports, but that's because more of the men in my house. You keep hearing these names. So now my husband supports KCCA. Would you believe it? He's supported KCC from the time we got married 30 years ago. Wow. So naturally we are KCCA fans. Wow. We have a lot of yellow shirts in our house.
I can imagine.
And we wear them.
Yes.
And then my boys, they go for Arsenal and Manchester.
Okay, so there's fighting in the house.
Yeah, so one time when the young one is losing, I go for the young one's team, and when the older one is losing, I go for the older one's team.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it
Thank
goes.
you so much, Madam Dorothy Chisaka. Viewer, this has been the Executive Director of Kampala Capital City Authority, Dorothy Chisaka, and we've been looking at infrastructure improvement in the city. A lot is in the offing, as she has said, starting with February this year. A lot of roads in the city will be worked on, and so much more will be coming down your way. We thank you so much for having kept us company, but let's now continue with our bulletin, and we go to Serere, where the NRM flag bearer for Serere County, Philip Ochor, is reaching out to other parliamentary hopefuls to join him in securing the county seat. Ochor says it will take unity for the ruling NRM party to reclaim Serere County seat in the upcoming by-elections. His appeal comes amid talks of some party members endorsing the son of the late Member of Parliament, Patrick Okabe, who died in a car crash in December 2022. Take a watch.
The last time Bishop Patrick Okabe appeared at Parliament was in this format. Fellow members of Parliament paid respect to their fallen colleague. He was an independent legislator who lost NRM primaries to Philip Oucho in 2020. With a leadership vacuum created in his death, the need for his replacement became apparent.
Me, on my part, with my sister, the Right Honorable Speaker, and members of Parliament, we shall only repay Honorable Okabe by supporting him.
This statement attracted more alarms than whispers. The NRM flag holder, Philip Oucho, has since disagreed.
Because the Secretary General has pronounced himself to this effect. The Electoral Commission Chairman has pronounced himself. The Director of Communication, just about 2 days ago, also made this position. And so the party is clear. And I don't want us to paint a picture that the party is driving any other narrative.
Oucho, whereas compassionate with the bereaved family, insists on democratic principles.
One of the key things that we pride on is democracy. So we shouldn't be the ones, that tell the rest of the country to stick to the law, to stick to the rules of the game, and all, again, the same party goes ahead to, contrary with the party. So I believe that this will be the position, and I will hold the flag in the forthcoming by-election in Serere.
Unless willingly surrendered, the NRM Constitution gives the flag bearer the mandate to hold the same for 5 years. Oucho wants other party hopefuls to join him in reclaiming the seat for NRM.
We want to bring everybody on board, and we want to speak the same language. It's why we are persuading them, to hear us and respect the Constitution and come together and work as a party.
February 23, 2023, is the date that the National Electoral Commission recently set for by-elections in Serere. Given mandate, Oucho wants to see SACCOs utilized beyond serving.
The biggest driver that we have that is capable of chasing poverty from our communities is a SACCO. Unfortunately, people have jumped into it when they've not appreciated how a SACCO works. Most of our people think that a SACCO is savings and credit. But as you know, you cannot save what you don't have. What we are saying is that you need to start with a cooperative.
Bishop Okabe died with his wife in a fatal road accident at Naboa along Mbale Tirinyi Road. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Now let's go back to that story that we had earlier on introduced, and that is graduates from Mubuku Industrial Hub in Kasese district have been advised to make wealth from commercial agriculture, industries, tourism and ICT because the government has constructed roads, schools, hospitals and connected electricity to steer development. Now this was President Yoweri Museveni's message delivered to 198 graduates in hands-on skills by Jane Barichi, the State House Comptroller in Kasese district.
State House Controller Jane Barike has passed out 198 pioneer students at Mubuku Industrial Park Hub in Kasese district. The students were trained in the fields of hairdressing, carpentry and joinery, tailoring and weldering. And this will enable them to participate in the money economy.
They have empowered you to make money. For the carpenters, you will no longer look at trees as trees. You look at trees as furniture.
This, backed up by the affirmative action, will support more enrollment of students in hands-on skills enterprise.
So instead of training 600 youths per year, let him give us a slot of about 2,000 per year. That one will solve the problem. I think it is a catch-21 solution.
The students welcomed government support towards introducing the hub, where they've been able to produce locally made products.
Some of us who have just been on the village doing nothing, but after getting this school, also have got a skill.
For now, I know how to sew. I can cut different fashions. Like for today, we learned the fashion of the trouser.
We were just surrounding in the village. We are there idle and we have got what to do. I can go from now and I make my money.
State House is going to put in place machines in relation to the skills trained at the facility to support students produce products for commercial purposes.
I've already contacted Chibumba Training School for our welders. We are going to pick a number of them from the welding class and we upskill them to be ready for petroleum production.
Courses like bricklaying and construction will be included in the enrollment at the industrial hub in the next intake. Best students were awarded certificates at the event.
Now from Kasese, let's go to Entebbe, where as part of the national resistance movement mandate to support communities in development, NRM leaders in Entebbe municipality have started a 300 million shillings drive to support religious and Muslim institutions that complete some of their projects undertaken by the religious institutions within Entebbe.
An initiative to support religious institutions championed by the National Resistance Movement chairperson and the municipality, Sheikh Stefan Gashaja, has realized close to 300 million shillings. One of the benefiting churches is St. Peter's Church in Kiwafa Division B Entebbe, where they are setting up an income-generating project of apartments worth 1.5 billion shillings.
We are talking about value addition. We are talking about people to be financially stable. And the church is setting an example by saying, let us get into this project. And we have also decided to make a contribution of 100 bags. And we invite everyone that is able to support the Church of St. Peter Chiwafu to come forward and support them. Together we can develop a very good idea. If we do things in solitude, then we can't go far as people who stay in Entebbe.
Entebbe municipality is one of the areas with the oldest churches and mosques which were built during colonial times, and some have started collapsing.
About maybe 1 year or 2 years, as a project to support the church in its activities. It's going to be apartments that are going to be rented out, and we shall hope that when we get the money from the people we're renting, to be supporting our church to do many other activities.
One of the major goals of this drive is to revamp and upgrade old churches and mosques so that they can match the proposed Entebbe city status. The team proceeded to Kitoro Mosque, which is one of the oldest mosques in Entebbe, where the Muslim clerics received a total of 100 bags of cement.
Omuzikiti guno n'ensawo za cement 10 ez'obuliwo nga tasuubiza busuubiza. At least ebbanga lye tumulabidde abadde musajja wa mpisa, musajja mukakkamu, musajja muyivu, era ndowooza bamulonda okubeera chairman wa NRM mu constituency eno balonda omuntu mutuufu.
The 300 million drive is to benefit all churches and mosques in Entebbe despite their religious affiliations. Churches and mosques that have so far benefited from this drive include Bugonga Catholic Parish, Katabi St. Joseph Catholic Sub-Parish, Chuafu Catholic Sub-Parish, St. Peter's Church of Uganda, and St. Mark's Church Namate, and Chuafa Muslim Mosque. Story compiled by Henry Okech for UBC News.
The festive season is here and it's Christmas in 4G from Airtel. Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda, now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes! 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones this holiday season.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1 GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. Happy holidays this festive season with Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
Set to transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Over the years, we've dreamed to get onto the world stage. We've had that dream crushed. We've witnessed a total defeat of what could have been our greatest moment. We've felt our spirits go up, only to take a hard fall. We've had our fires burn out and leave only scars. We've seized the wind and had it pulled from our grasp. We've seen pain and we've seen loss of the last fragments of hope. But we are made of resilience, and resilience never stops dreaming. So, we will dream even bigger with the Cranes Cup Bowl 2026. Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup.
Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup. For every Now Special you buy, we will give 50 shillings to the Uganda Cranes 2026 fund. You will also get the chance to choose how the Cranes Cup Bowl contributions are spent. Now Special, official beer of the FIFA World Cup and official beer partner of the Uganda Cranes. Alcohol is not for sale to...
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Let's have a look now at what's happening in the world of sport. Now, Route 256 in Lugogo, Kampala has hosted the belated 40-bet Real Stars Sports Monthly Awards for December. There were rewards for athletes from 7 disciplines that were decorated. We have more in this story.
Vipers Sports Club's new Brazilian coach Luis Bianchi has been given several parameters to deliver during his 2-year contract at the reigning Uganda Premier League champions. That also became the second Uganda club to qualify for the lucrative CAF Champions League group stage.
Of course, we need a coach who is proactive at the same time when he's self-motivated and ready to push Vipers Sports Club to the next level. We are at continental level. We need a coach who is ready to build the team and be able to compete with other teams. And of course, building a formidable team that is able to, one, to defend the Premier League. We are current defending champions of Uganda in the Premier League, Star Times. You are aware of that. We need a coach who is able to compete favorably for CAF Champions League. And of course, we want also a coach who is able to give us joy and entertainment through attractive and beautiful football throwing. We want a coach who gives equal opportunities to every player that we have in the team, by identifying their strengths and weaknesses and develop them further. Because our club, we believe, is a professional team, and therefore everyone who is there, we can have. And lastly, we wanted a coach who has vast experience.
56-year-old Bianchi is to be assisted by Roberto Martinez and Richard Waswa, while Ibrahim Mugisha is in charge of goalkeepers. He believes that the task ahead is Herculean but achievable with teamwork and dedication. He is proud of knowledge of African football following stints in Angola with clubs like Petro Atletico and Inter Club, and also the national team. Internationally, he's been to Kuwait, Spain and Indonesia. Vipers SC will be in CAF Champions League Group C that has Horoya Athletic, Simba SC, and starts on February 10th, 2023 against Moroccan outfit Raja Casablanca.
And we have a strong group.
Vamos trabalhar,
but we are going to work
para sempre conseguir mejor.
to always get the best.
Defense of the Uganda Premier League is still on hold, but upon resumption, they will start the serious quest to defend the title from third position, 2 points off table leaders, KCCA, that has 29. John Barnes, Sentamo, UBC News.
And that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for having kept us company. Our next bulletin is at 10 p.m. Thank you so much. I'll see you then.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
Come to Capital Shoppers. We have a variety of items like gift hampers, foods, garments, cosmetics, and all sorts of drinks. Enjoy your shopping experience this festive season at affordable prices in our fully stocked branches in the following areas: in Tinder Stretcher Road, opposite Makere Business School along Port Bell Road, Duster Street opposite Nakasero Market, and Garden City on Yusuf Lule Road. At Capital Shoppers, we offer you value for your money. To all our customers and suppliers, we thank you for your continuous support. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We also have enough air.
It is intellectually engaging.
And you can only become a leader when there are problems.
I like that.
The same applies to Rwanda, Burundi. So what are we federating?
Whether rats from another country can be, somebody must be there to hold everybody accountable.
But at the moment, we would rather deal with what we have, make it right.
First of all, we as elites of Uganda, we have made Museveni the issue. I can tell him Museveni is not the problem of Uganda. The problems of Uganda are much deeper. We can change the next 20 presidents and we'll still be this roundabout.
Deeply incisive.
The different political forces